Hey Pixie lovers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome to the Pixie channel. And today I'll be sharing with you why it is important to know how to style your pixie, right? I'll be giving you hints and sharing with you tips on how I started curling my hair, why the deep side part is advisable for a first-time curler, why you don't start curling your hair from the hairline if you're curling it for the first time, and most importantly guys, I'll be sharing with you how to perfect the back of your hair, right? This is my back, yeah? And I'm basically going to tell you how I curl my hair and comb it out perfectly without using a mirror, right? So this is the point of this video, for you to know how to maneuver and know how to master how to curl your entire head without using a mirror. Let's get into it. You always start with freshly washed hair. First step is to protect from heat. So I know I have a heat protective serum, but now I have developed this two level system that I use. This works with the heat protective serum. Now you don't deep fry your hair with this, you understand? You small amount always, small amount always, like small amount literally. Obviously, the freshly relaxed your hair is, the lesser the amount you're going to use, you understand? So if you relax your hair like 4 weeks back, then you'll be using a little bit more, like a drop extra, and that's it. So you do that. All right, yeah? Now what you want to do, right, if it's your first time curling your own hair, you are going to do a deep part, right? Now uzovula indlela ende, right? A deep part is basically, it's not like one of your short parts that ends here, no, but you want it to end somewhere here, right? So you know that point of your head. If you don't have that point, I don't understand what kind of head you have, but there's this point of your head right here. So you want to align that part, or the ending of that part, with that point. You know, it must be almost like the same line. I don't know if I'm making sense, but do a deep part. And there's the deep part. So you see it ends here. It's quite deep. It's not one of those that ends here, and there's a reason for that, right? There's a reason for the deep part. It's not just I want you guys to create a deep part for your first styling experience or your first curling experience. No, it's because there's a certain way I want you guys to start curling. It makes everything easier, and that's why I say do a deep part, né? Then what you do when you're about to like mold your hair, right? I just detangle with a wide tooth comb. Also guys, your hair is its most fragile when wet. When you have relaxed hair, just know your hair is quite fragile when wet. So you want to be gentle in whatever you do to your hair while it's wet. You don't want to forcefully detangle or use fine tooth combs just because you want it flat. You do want to start with wide tooth comb and then move on with a like fine tooth comb, or just try to be as gentle as you can. So as you've seen before, I'm using this. It's almost finished, so I will be changing my mousse. If you'd like to see me using a different mousse, let me know so I can also give that a try. I've given this a proper review in one of my videos, but also since I continued using this, it shows that it's quite a good product, and it's not bad. It's not bad. It gets the work done. So I am going to just mold my hair, right? So I won't be showing you how to do a perfect mold. I think I'm going to do that on a separate video. Now kind of, if you guys want to see that, then I can do it. But anyway, it's easier to mold once you have sectioned that part, right? You just brush down the mousse in the direction that you'll be molding your hair. I do it this way. It works for me. Some people don't partition their hair first. They just go in with the mousse and then they comb the hair with the mousse and section and then work with it. But I feel like it's a waste of product, so I do it this way. Okay, so your mold should look something like this. Alright. So basically you have set the foundation for your curling, and it's going to be much easier now since you have like a nice clean mold. Alright, so I'm going to wrap it, and you can use any cloth. Honestly, you can use any cloth that is almost like see-through. You see, you can, okay, it doesn't show on camera, but this one is like, oh yeah, you can see it's almost see-through. So, or this one, the only problem with this one is it slips off, like it comes off when I wear it. So I generally just prefer to wear this one, especially if I'm letting my hair air dry. Like now I am going to let it air dry because I just had it relaxed. But anyway, wrap your hair nicely and you let it dry, basically.
2,000 years later.
Okay. Your hair should look something like this once you are done, right? There's still the deep parts there and it's smoothed down. We're going to move right along. We are going to move on to step 2, to heat protecting your hair, right? And then we're using this serum. I always use this serum, and yeah, guys, it lasts forever. It lasts forever. But anyway, I do like 2 drops of it, or I pump it twice, whatever, and then just spread it all over my hair. This now will protect my hair, and also it will give it that moisture it needs to break through the mousse. The mousse leaves your hair hard to a certain extent, so this helps with that. Now for the tricky part. Nah? I just want to highlight that to curl your hair, the most difficult part to curl is your back, followed by your sides. The easiest part is the top. So what do? I start where it's most difficult. Start at the back, and then I move to the sides, and then when it comes to doing the top of my hair, starting here will only make matters difficult, and I won't be able to see the back. So you always start from here moving forward. But that's if you don't know how to curl. If you do, however, know how to curl your hair, you can start however you want. But for me, the easiest way while learning is to do this. This is the reason why I said you must have a deep part, because that's exactly where we're going to start. Now, since it's that deep part, just comb your hair down, right? Comb it down. You also want to comb the top part and slightly bring it forward like that. Yeah? I have quite a lot of hair, and the mousse is just doing its thing now. It's still a bit hard. I didn't put enough heat protective serum, but there we go. Bring it slightly forward, just like that. Use a wide tooth comb. Always works better. Right. Woohoo! Look at that. Look at that. Ah. Okay, but anyway. So, with that being done, you section a piece of hair, right? You can see that, no? So this line will ultimately tell you which piece of hair goes where, right? The ones below the line, or the ones below the deep parts, will go down, meaning I curl them facing downwards. The ones above the side part will be obviously facing, it's either facing front ways or facing sideways. Now, because my hair is very long, I can't do it this way without it's a process, because I would want it to be, mousse, ne? Well, I'll see if I want to do it that way, but I think I'm gonna have it go sideways. But anyway, this is how you go. Right? Pick a piece of hair like this, né? And then right above that piece, stick your comb in like that, né? You'll always see me using 2 small combs, right? The other one is just to keep the other hairs in place. The other one is to make sure that I comb out the piece of hair, making sure every hair strand is straight before curling, right? Excuse me, guys, I'll forever say right. Anyway, let's move on. Open, and then grab that piece of hair. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this iron. I'm not going to start curling from the tip, but you start from the root like that, and then bend it downwards, or bending to the direction to where the curl is going, and pull, right? And there's a curl. If you're not satisfied, you can go over it twice. I don't recommend 3 times. My heat is currently at 180 degrees Celsius, and that's the temperature of my iron. That's like the general temperature that I use for my hair. But if you are a bit skeptical about using it that high, then use it at a lower temperature. So what's going to happen next is I'm just going to go down, right? I'm going to go down, curling, oopsie, that nearly fell, curling the rest of the hair, moving downwards, right? So I slightly push up the curl that's on top, and then I grab the hair again in the same motion, pull it down, right? So it made some kind of spiral. I didn't pull it properly. Go over it again, pull it down. Should be fine. Okay, that's top, that's the second one. So I'm going to carry on doing the same thing, right? And then at the back where you can't see your hair completely, you feel, right? You feel your hair, like you feel on how you are doing it. You won't be able to see it, so you literally just move your fingers around. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but you just have to be strong. So you section, you feel, right? Just feel, yeah? Section, push that out. You can use your hands, you can use your comb to push out the hair that's like disturbing you and is not in place, right? Just to make sure that this piece of hair is nice and straight, like every strand is nice and straight, and you can actually apply heat, because if it's not straight, your curls are not going to come out properly. So using the same motion right towards your scalp, and then pull it out to the ends. From the bottom, from the root, pull it out to the ends. Now, when feeling it, I can feel that this part of the curl, right, is not as tight as the rest of it. So I might need to pull it away and collect it with another section of hair like that, no? Pulling away any excess hair that I don't need in that place. And then curl again. Pulling out, right? I can feel that this was caught, but it's fine. And then I can feel that that feels good. At the back, your curls are very forgiving as long as you are curling them correctly. You cannot be curling downwards and upwards. You literally have to go down. So you curl another section. You see. You go down. And then you feel to it, right? You want to move now next to your first curl. Now, which was my first curl? My first curl is here. So I want to move directly next to it. So feel to it. And then from the root, pull it down to the tip. Make sure you are holding your iron quite tightly, right? So that's how it's done. And then you have, you know, those tight or those small angana hairs at the back. Hold down your ear so that you can see it properly, and then pull down, right? Even if it's not curled properly like that, it's okay. We're still going to comb it out. Just push it down with your fingers like that. Yeah, won't look like a proper curl, but you're getting there, girl. Trust the process. And then anyway, I'm going to do now this side, and then I'm going to shift my hair up and do this side once I'm done with the back, of course, and do this side and then focus on the top. When it comes to the sides, ne, make sure that you bend down your ears. If you can't bend down your ears to see this area or this area, try and, because it's not easy for someone to do this, you understand? So try and get yourself, you know, those almost material elastoplasters, or what do you call them? But a plaster, when you are injured, you put it there like a bandage, but a plaster, the one that's sticky, that's one. Get yourself one of those and then plaster it down, right? And then do the same for this ear. Hold it down and plaster it down. Try not to use sellotape because it is plastic, and try not to use the plastic sellotapes because, well, plastic can really burn, so you might just burn yourself a bit and feel it. But I feel like an elastoplast nonetheless is better than using sellotape. So try and do that. If you can't, just hold it down and curl it this way. At first I couldn't as well. So now I'm going to carry on. I'm going to bring my hair this way, right? I'm not sure if it's making sense, but I'm bringing it this way. I wanted to have like, I'm not sure if I want a bang, but it's quite hot, so I don't know. But okay, let me continue and let's see towards the end how I do. Alright, you see when I do the top as well, I start from here, so I'll be curling moving forward instead of starting right at my hairline, which is going to obstruct my view of the back. So I start from here. Alright, hold that piece of hair nicely, curl it down. You see, there's no other trust the process as crazy as a trust the process of doing a pixie. Like, this is how it looks, and we are about to make it or turn it into what we want it to be. I was just looking at myself, sorry. What we want it to be. So what I do first, right? What you want to do is start combing from the back. Né? Listen to the instructions. When you start combing from the back, use a wide tooth comb. This is my favorite. I don't know if you've seen, but this is my favorite comb to use when combing at the back. Né? Don't attempt to do the zigzag if you are here for the first time, or if you are doing this for the first time, right? Simple trick. Take your wide tooth comb. This works best when your hair is freshly relaxed. Ne? Take your wide tooth comb at the back. Comb towards the middle, right? Comb your hair from the right inwards, right? Into the middle. Take the comb again. On the left-hand side, do the same thing. Comb the hair from the left into the middle. Like, am I making sense? Guys, English is not my mother's tongue, ne? So, if you are not getting it, Forget about it. If you're not getting it, I'm going to demonstrate. But anyway, comb it inwards. This way again, comb it inwards. And then automatically you'll see it'll come together. Let me show. Right. Are you there? Yeah, you there. Okay. Comb inwards. Comb inwards. Like, do it again. This side. Comb inwards. Comb there. Right. There. Still don't feel it properly. Comb inwards like that. Right. Ne? I'm sure here it still looks a bit funky, but over here it should be looking good. Okay. We're still going to brush everything together. Right? Right here at the back. You brush it. You brush it. Ne? You brush it. Now, the last area that I focus on is here, right? So I get everything around it sorted, and then I fill to it. You see, I can feel here, it's not properly done, ne? So you move your fingers and or comb it again. But anyway, let's move to now the sides and the top and everything, ne? Because ultimately the top makes your hairstyle. So here I'm not going to go too crazy. Just behind my ear or behind my ndlebe, and that is it. Yeah? You want to brush it. If you want to bring out the edges, do that. Get your edge control, babes, and go to town, right? That's right behind your ear. To keep all of that together, you will, however, get your setting spray, ne? Whatever brand that you will be using. So we'll see the edges towards the end. Ne? We are just building the hairstyle. So build with me, babes. Build with me. Now, if you are not used to using your comb, I suggest start with your fingers. Ne? Start with your fingers. If you curled your hair properly, curls are very forgiving. You can mess them up. They'll still come back. And ne? When you curl, make sure your hair, this side, goes one direction. If it's coming here, let it come here. If it's coming here, you don't curl this way and curl that way and expect it to work. It won't work. You curl one direction. So I think I should write the instructions on the description box so that you guys would know what exactly I'm talking about. But anyway, move your hair. Play with it. Right? So now what are you trying to discover? You're trying to discover what works for your hair with whatever that you've done. Ne? Or whatever works for your face. Yeah. So move your hair. Play around with it. Maybe you want to bring that to the back. Push it up, push it down. Literally whatever that works for you. Right? Ultimately, your curls at the end, they will settle down and they will listen to whatever you are telling them. Right. My hair is long, so it will take a bit long for me to get them like sorted and into each other and bending the way I want them to bend. But you can bring them out. You literally you play with your hair. You play with your hair until you find the work balance that you want for your hair. Literally. And then also, you play with it here on top. And this is how you basically learn how to style your pixie. You will see what works for you and what does not work for you. And whatever does not work, you twist it out. I literally wore my hair the same way, I think, for a year without trying new things because I was just so comfortable with how I was doing it. But as time went on, I noticed, man, Pixie is revolving, and as much as this looks good on me, I also need to revolve. If I'm giving you guys content, I have to change it and I have to move it around the way that you guys want to see it, because we won't all have the same shape of head and we won't all have the same hair type. So whatever I'm doing to my hair might not work for your hair, but that's because the thickness or the texture of your hair is just different to mine, so that's why it's not working. So wherever you feel like it's a bit funky, move in with your small tooth comb or your fine tooth comb and just brush it down. And just brush it down. Like, I feel like it's coming together and I'm a bit happy. Alright. Also, if you're adding new hair towards the back, don't be afraid to put in that comb, Shem. It's not working against you. Trust me, it's not working against you. It's building your hairstyle with you. But to get, yeah, I think I'm happy with this. And yeah, it will keep on settling. Like, you'll see, it will just sit with your face and you will agree with whatever it is saying. If you want to bring it a bit forward, you can bring it a bit forward, but nakona, it depends on your hair. Is your hair allowing it? Is your hair not allowing it? You can literally play around with your hair and get the hairstyle that you want, to get it to look like the shape that you want. If you want it to come up to here, you literally can curl your hair and it comes up to here, and then when you'll be having a heat wave on your face. But that's your business, babes. Okay, so this is how we look. I haven't put on makeup. I'm rushing to go get the kids from school with my mom. Okay, not the kids, I should say we're rushing to get my siblings from school, in case there's someone watching. But anyway, yeah, so I did the edges just so it could look neat. Nothing too drastic, nothing too funky. I just wanted it to look neat. And whoever said you can't do your pixie at home, you can't maintain it at home, they lied to you, babes. Yeah, so I feel like I've covered the hard parts, which is curling your hair and how to curl your hair at the back. You basically just feel to it wherever you feel the space, curl. And then I also covered how to comb the back of your hair. Remember, inwards, they meet together in the middle and it always looks good. Also, how to curl right behind your ears or on top of your ears without burning them. You just have to put on like plasters or hold that down. Also, guys, if you find that your iron is burning you, try to curl the back of your head because you'll be feeling to it. And then towards the top, wear a glove on this hand because that's where you'll be holding the iron most of the time. So if your hair is shorter, you're most likely to burn your fingers. But again, because my hair is longer, I literally hold my hair up to here and only start curling from the root and then outwards to the ends or to the tip or whatever you call it. So that's how I do it. If you'd like to see more, or if there's anything that I did not make clear on this video, do comment down below. I'd be more than happy to do another video covering how to curl or how to do something with your hair, how to take care of your hair, and ultimately have it looking very healthy and looking like this. But anyway, to those guys, see you on my next video.